Be calm. Now we believe. Oh, we have a good hour, chat. We have a good time. Do 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 do. We're just waiting on Matney. And then we'll get going. Why is Discord notifying me of something? Otis. So, plan today, chat. We have an hour that we're gonna watch of the lore video, and then we will move into Beyond Light for a little bit. So we got a good time. I think so. We're gonna cover up to we'll finish the Cabal, so like an hour 24, and then the I think we'll probably get maybe a third or half of the way into Beyond Light. So it'll be fun. It'll be good. Assuming everything is going well. Let me grab up. Get the game ready. Let Manny in here. Ba 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 ba. When you're ready. Wait. Brain joined. Let's see. Ba ba ba. There we go. Let the void know. The Matney know.
Today, and I was up till like I couldn't go to sleep till like 4, and then I only got like 4 hours of sleep. But I was so excited.
So he knows. Okay, that's good. So, for anyone that hasn't seen the video or watching, I'll put the link in chat. It's from Bife, lore master of D2. He's the main one I go to, but he's one of many. This came out a year ago, so it's got up to before, I believe, the... Yeah, okay. Has up to the end of the final shape. It's missing Edge of Fate, Renegades, and I believe the episodes. Just fine. You know. Is what it is. Let me boot up the game. We went through and I did the... Oh! Hello, Raiders. 6 bajillion people. Welcome in, Raiders. I hope you've had a lot of stuff happen today, Devoid. Coaching, Deadlock, and then Tamagotchi. Who is that Zane guy? I don't know. They were in my Discord trying to like message people and friend people. And they're also in yours, so I don't know if they're also doing it in your place, but I'm all burdened. We gotta get rid of rats. Devoid Chatters, welcome in. My name is Donna McGee. I do kind of whatever. Right now we're doing Destiny marathon stuff with Matney, who will be joining us shortly. Today we're doing an hour of lore review and then going into the next DLC story. You're welcome to say, I love Destiny. Oh, I know. It's so much fun. It's so cool. I like Destiny. The story and the gameplay is what gets people hooked. People leave because of the company, but we'll get to that later. How was your stream, Devoid? How was the coaching? Hello, Manny.
Hello.
Here, I'll share my screen for the video.
Awesome.
Okay, can you see it?
Yep.
Okay. I saw Eddie was cooking a guy after coaching.
Eddie was cooking a guy?
Well, Eddie was doing Guilty Gear training with Devoid.
Oh, yeah, they're doing Guilty Gear, yeah. I mean, I've been busy all day, so I haven't been able to pop in.
It was a good stream. Let me shout you out, Devoid. Shout out.
Oh, do we get a raid?
Yeah, from Devoid. Let me shout out Devoid to his own chatters.
Oh, awesome. And to his own chatters.
Yep. All right. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. So, chat, we will be doing the first hour and 24 minutes of this video, and then we'll be going into DLC stuff. If the volume needs to be changed, please let me know, and I will do so. Thank you again, Devoid.
The volume is good on my end.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Bife here. I've covered Destiny's lore for just over 7 years now, and ahead of the end of Destiny's first saga, I'm taking this chance to give you all a look into the complete story of Destiny so far. But if I can take just a moment or two of your time, there are some things we should really talk about before we start this video. Firstly, I wanted to let you know that this video is the longest that I've ever made, and if you're watching this after the premiere, you will see that it is well
10 hours.
9 hours long. There are 2
Okay,
intermissions
so
for you in this
we're
video.
starting with Destiny 1.
Yes. So you have all the
Okay.
pre-knowledge of the world and stuff beforehand.
So be sure to use them.
Alright.
Get up, stretch,
I got some
hydrate,
wine.
and do all those other things that you might need to do.
Yeah,
in a break.
I grabbed
Take
a
your
blanket.
time. If you want to watch this in parts, I'm certainly not
And
offended.
a peach
in fact,
Bellini.
I built the video with you guys in mind as well. There are chapters that you can go to and navigate to, and of course, if you want to come back at any particular point in time, you can watch this all in bite-sized chunks. If you want to skip to a specific part of the story, it's there for that too. I also want to be frank with you guys about something. Making these larger projects is not cheap. Speaking for itself, it's not an insurmountable barrier. It's a very sponsor who would help us cover the control, sponsored by Geology.
Oh,
go ahead
a little
and
bit
talk
of the
about for a bit.
pre-ramble.
Geology were lacking, theirs were not.
Oh.
Their dedication to preserving.
Okay, here we go.
Let's see,
Part
can
1. Yes.
I'm just looking to pop out the stream.
Ah,
so I can watch it without the everything.
okay. Tell me when you're ready.
You can keep going.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. Oh, we're just gonna keep it anyway. All right.
It's
Thank you, Discord.
the first knife.
Increase the file size, please.
The beginning is, of course, where we should begin. But what truly happened at the beginning of our story is the subject of much debate. Legends and myths of old tell us of how there was a place before time and the universe, known as the Garden. Within this garden there stood a tree of silver wings, and vast meadows of potential and metaphor. Within the grove there were two figures. First, there was a gardener, who during the long days would seed life in rapturous celebration. Throughout the
Familiar
garden,
statue.
this life would grow and bloom into many wild forms,
Oh, yeah, familiar statue.
until at the fall of dusk, the winnower came, and with a scything blade cut away the chaff from the wheat. The gardener and the winnower are rumored to have existed in this cycle for untold eons, until the gardener grew dissatisfied with it, believing it to have grown repetitive and unremarkable. Across this game of existence that the gardener and the winnower played, a single repetitive pattern always emerged. It was always the winning play, a final shape that defined the form of victory.
The
gardener
final shape.
insisted that there should be a new rule that allowed for new complexity to also find success. The winnower disagreed, stating that from this idea, unnecessary suffering would be born. From this disagreement, conflict brewed between the gardener and the winnower. Their conflict brought about the creation of the universe, and the garden fell into ruin. The gardener and the winnower fought and brought down the tree of silver wings, and left its stump to smoke amid the meadows. If rumors are to be believed, this conflict also brought about the escape of primal patterns that survived and took root in our universe with an aim of survival at all costs. These were known as the Vex, and though you might know them by their brass frames, they are actually the tiniest of molecular life, built into a connected consensus, radiolarian structures creating grand designs. This story of the gardener and winnower and their conflict was told to us through some of our first interactions with the Black Fleet, the great pyramid vessels of our most ancient enemy. It gives us some of our only potential ideas about what occurred at the start of the universe. Whether this story is true or not is still debated to this day, but what is not debated is that the primal forces that the gardener and winnower supposedly aligned with are very real.
So, I will say, for chat and for you, this is coming from, if you're watching this as a recap, over a decade of knowledge of the story coming up to this point. So he may mention things that I won't talk about yet because we'll meet them later, or specific things that have just kind of been an accepted thing for a while.
Okay.
So,
the gardener
there may be some spoilers.
With the light, a power associated with the physical universe, creation and chaos. Matter,
in the first
gravity,
hour?
energy. The winnower seemed to be aligned with the darkness, which is associated with control and the domain of the mind, one's will, dreams, and nightmares. These powers of the light and the dark are known to supersede the typical laws of the universe, bending and breaking those laws of physics and matter on the whims of those that use these powers of light and dark. They sidestep causality, and for these reasons individuals who wield the light and dark are referred to as paracausal or acausal. We may not know whether the light and dark truly originated with the mythical gardener and winnower, but we do know that these powers are found in the universe in a pair of ancient presences, incomprehensible things, entities of a sort. They are the Traveler, which is a source of the light, and the Veil, which is a source of the darkness. When these two great constructs were created is unclear, but our story truly begins with their discovery by an ancient and unnamed people long ago. For the purposes of our story, I shall simply call them the precursors to all that would follow. The precursors were once nomads who would wander across their home world to survive. That was until the day they discovered something buried in the wastes of their world. They discovered the Traveler. It blessed this precursor civilization with the bounty that it would provide to thousands of others before eventually reaching humanity. The nomadic precursors advanced their technology and society under the silent benevolence of the Traveler. But whilst it doted on them with many gifts, its silence meant that the precursors were left with little in the way of guidance. They had been given abundance, but no meaning or direction. Their search for meaning defined their entire society. All of them were seeking to understand how to bring about a perfect universe. Many factions would search for this simple idea and how it might be accomplished. They called it the final shape. After much time, the scholars of the precursor people discovered that the Traveler shared a connection to another great structure out in the deepest reaches of space. This was the Veil, and they rushed to claim it after they were made aware of its existence, realizing that whilst the Traveler presented the powers of the light, the Veil presented the powers of something very different: darkness.
The Veil is one of those
To the
objects.
precursor people, this discovery was meant
One
to
of those
change
objects.
everything.
The
for
spoiler
better.
object.
They knew much about the light
Oh.
of the Traveler. They knew of the bounty it could bring, but they also knew that the light bred chaos and destruction when untamed and unchecked. Through the Veil, they learned the power of darkness, and saw that through its ability to control, the merging of the two might create a degree of autonomy over the universe that had never before been conceived of. They aspired in that moment to control the chaos of the Traveler's light by strengthening its connection to the Veil and merging the two. If only they had succeeded, they might at last have forged the final shape that they had conceived of so long ago. But when they attempted to forge this connection, the Traveler rejected the link and abandoned the precursor people. What happened next must have been the most calamitous time within the precursor society. Terror and uncertainty must have spread through their minds. There must have been bitterness. There must have been hatred. But no matter what they felt, what happened next would bring the ruin that they had experienced to untold trillions across the stars. The precursor people, having been abandoned by the light, turned to the powers of darkness for salvation. Understand that the light is not inherently good and the darkness is not inherently evil, but the precursors were fueled by hatred, and their desperation spoke for itself. Recovered records indicate that a group amongst them, known as the Penitent, struck down all others who dissented against their ways. They believed that they were meant to fix the universe and create the final shape, regardless of whether the universe consented or not. They used the powers within darkness to merge their consciousnesses together into a compound being of immense power. Their assimilation spelled an end to the precursor civilization and gave rise to a wretched thing, born of a bottomless hatred of the Traveler. This entity would be known by 1,000 names over 1,000 worlds, all of them burned to nothingness over the course of its existence. We would one day come to know it as the Witness. And so it set out into the stars to pursue the Traveler. With it, the Witness took the vessels of the civilization that had brought about its creation, an armada of obsidian black pyramid vessels, which represented destruction untold. Along with this black fleet, the Witness brought the Veil, pursuing the Traveler with the same intent as its precursor creators. The Witness would see the combination of light and darkness, and with it, a world without change, a world without chaos would be brought about, an immutable, perfected, final shape to the universe. And this time, unlike the precursors, the Witness would not seek the final shape out of a need for perfection alone. It would seek it out of a desire to subjugate the Traveler and all those that might oppose its will. But if it was to succeed, the Witness would need to gather adherents to its cause, disciples that would help pave the way for its purpose. That is what led to the rise of the first disciple, and they would not call him a conqueror or a mere tyrant. He was worse. He would be known as the Subjugator.
You've met the witness already.
Yes. I don't think I've heard of the Subjugator.
We'll meet him later. He's a raid boss.
Ah, wonderful.
So he'll kick your shit in, don't worry.
After the Traveler had left the Precursor people to their fate, it enacted a pattern that it would follow for eons to come. It would move onward and find another civilization to uplift. The cycle has been repeated countless times, and as best we know it in the Traveler's wake, the Witness has always followed, meaning that wherever the Traveler has found itself, eventually calamity and ruin would follow. Over the course of its journey, the Traveler would arrive at a world orbiting a binary star called Lubrae. It had blessed the Lubraean people with the bounty of the light, and they would also grow and rise in much the same way as the Precursor civilization had. But the Lubraean civilization would be split in two by this action. There were those who lived beneath the Traveler, forming a harsh regime that would rule the planet. This regime would send out its killers that hunted traditional tribal peoples and suppressed them. Those that lived free of this regime had to contend with the two harsh suns of Lubrae and with the terrifying fauna that called the planet home. By the time the Traveler had left the Lubraeans, the division in their society had become a wound that would never heal, a scar upon their people.
Are we gonna go where?
Governed their
Lubrae.
We'll get to that.
entire way of life,
Okay.
be they of the regime or of the tribes. Savagery ruled this world, a savagery that would be its undoing, for it was into this world, and these savage peoples, that Rulk was born. Though he was originally born into the tribal nomadic society, Rulk's parents had come from the regime's city. As Rulk grew up, he saw how the regime's sanctioned killers, known as stalkers, hunted those from the tribal peoples and seemingly spared none in their quest for blood.
Hello, fisherman. Thank you for the check-in.
There was only one who was bloodier than the stalkers, though, and that was his father, Relic. Born of the regime's savagery, Relic would return the stalkers' malice to them, and defended his newfound people by bathing in the stalker's own bloody viscera as he tore them in two.
Okay, can we pause for a sec?
Yes.
Okay, so the precursors found the Traveler.
Yeah.
Traveler blessed them. The precursors wanted to find meaning. They found the veil.
Yeah.
And they wanted to merge the two into the final shape.
Yes.
But that didn't work.
The Traveler left before
Traveler
they could.
left.
Yeah.
Traveler left. The precursors like melded their minds together or something and became the Witness.
Yes. Well, one
Whoa.
individual killed all the people that didn't agree with them and forced their souls into a single entity.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So that's why his cloud like hair is all the faces of his people.
Oh, I actually hadn't noticed that. That is a cool detail.
So. And then they've been trying
Okay.
to get to the Traveler since.
Okay. So then, what was the significance of the Luminae?
So when they end up, now the Witness is looking for disciples. The only thing they know is to find the Traveler, and the Traveler keeps uplifting people. So if they find someone worthy to join them to fight against the Traveler, they will be enacting the final shape.
Okay, so the Witness goes to the Luminae.
Yeah. to find a disciple.
Okay. Oh, and that's
That's Rolk. Rolk, the raid boss, is the first disciple. So, does that...
yeah, I'm taking notes now.
Okay. Are you ready to continue for me, or do you need a second?
Just 1 second.
Okay. Chat, also, if you have any questions, I am glad to help answer. So, and that's the whole point. We're supposed to learn as a community. So, yeah. They coagulate together. They then go try to find the Traveler. Traveler keeps finding people, uplifting them, hoping they will be good enough to fight against... Yeah. Fight against the darkness that is approaching. And we will find out in a bit, is repeatedly let down until the Traveler gets to humanity. Because the first thing the people do on Lumine, on Lumbrate, when they see the Traveler go under, they become a brutalist society, hunting down people that don't agree with them. Which obviously, the Traveler...
Right.
The Traveler is... The power of the light is terraforming, or it has the power to terraform, and it's physical stuff. Lightning, fire, it's all physical stuff that you can touch or see or interact with. The darkness is very emotional. It's the dreams and nightmares. It's joy and fear and pain and suffering, but also elation and uplifting, right? So it's twisting that kind of narrative for that. So the Traveler, when it imbues people with light, the light just exposes the inner darkness more so. And so it moves on.
Gotcha. Okay, I can move on.
His family did not approve of such savagery, and eventually they would be his moderating influence, and he would be drawn away from such acts of gratuitous violence by the family that he had chosen. But for his son, Rolk, these actions were not the mark of a villain. They were simply what was necessary to survive. With his father's example driving him, Rolk developed a sadistic streak and followed his father's footsteps into violence. By the time he had killed his first stalker, Rolk would see his father being carried away by a raiding band of the regime's killers, and in his father's name, he swore vengeance. He hunted the stalkers through the darkened wastes of his homeworld, seeking vengeance for his father, Relic. He took a glaive from one of the stalkers and called it Relic Sword. It was his objective. He would defend his father, just like his father would have defended him. But by the time Rolk discovered what had truly happened, his realization would change the name of his glaive, for his father's betrayal was written upon the robes he wore. He now wore the colors of the regime and the stalkers. Rolk was carried away by the stalkers to the regime's city. He would have died there, but his father spoke on his behalf and told the regime authorities that Rolk would enroll in the stalkers, for he was a mighty killer. And Rolk would do so, because at least amongst the ranks of these killers, there was a degree of honesty. Despite his years of battling against them, the regime may have been harsh, but nobody lied about who they were, unlike his father. And thus, the glaive that he had stolen from a stalker had its name changed from Relic's Ward to Relic's Bane. Most importantly for Rolk, he was able to freely enjoy the bloodlust that his father had sated long ago. One day, His father left the city to search for the family that he had left behind. Relic intended to smuggle them into the city proper so that they might finally live in peace. But in order to reach the city, they would need to cross an abyss over a narrow bridge, a scar across all of Lubrae, much like their society had been cleft in two. On the other side of this narrow bridge, through the single choke point that they needed to pass, Rulk was standing, and he intended to end his father. But curiously enough, Rulk was momentarily swayed from violence. His mother and father apologized. They apologized for Rulk's exile when he had followed his father's violence, for the poor example his father had set long ago, for the inaction he had taken, for not telling him more, for not telling him how the regime's actions could be seen as cruel, and why he had chosen to save his family now. For but a moment, it seemed as though Rulk's family might find peace at last. Perhaps if things had proceeded differently, Rulk might have also found peace and reconciliation alongside his family, and they might have lived out the days that they had left in the city in some measure of harmony. But for one reason or another, Rulk fell into the abyss. Did he fall of his own accord? Was he pushed? Did he trip? Was something else there to pull him down? The circumstances are not clear, but what is clear is this. When Rulk looked up at the faces of the family that he was slowly falling away from, he did not see sorrow or heartbreak or pain as he fell. In their faces he realized something else was written. They were relieved. This was the betrayal that would define Rulk. It showed him the truth of the universe. It showed him that there was no place for weakness or the petty lies that held society together like his. Deep in the abyss, he would at last discover truth. How long Rulk fell for isn't known, but when he did finally land in this dismal swamp at the base of the abyss, he was not alone. There were myriad creatures moving to consume his very body, broken as it was. But it was here as well that Rulk beheld something else. For the first time, he laid eyes upon the Witness. It saw Rulk for what he was, a thing of hatred, ready to bring ruin to those liars above. The Witness mended his body and his broken glaive. It empowered Rulk with terrible darkness, and with an ability known only as the Witness's luster, something we still do not understand fully to this day. When Rulk asked what he was meant to do, the only word the Witness uttered was ruin.
Oh.
With his newfound power in hand, and with
That's
a
Rulk,
purpose
by the way.
granted to him in vengeance, Rulk climbed the endless ravine of the abyss, clawing his way up out of darkness until he beheld the surface once more. A confused sun had fallen into the pit, but what had crawled out was no sun at all. It was a monster, a new being of hate. Rulk returned to the city of Lubrae and enacted his final judgment of his people. He first slew his parents, then the rest of his family. The city watched on in horror and saw Rulk for what he was. But in his hands, Rulk held a power greater than even the slaughter that he had enacted. He held the Witness's luster, and in the other hand his glaive. Rulk siphoned the energy from Lubrae's own Sapphiric sun, and channeled it into the Witness's gifts and his own glaive. He struck at the surface of his planet. The weapon had been twice renamed because of his father, and had been renamed once more in accordance with its new purpose, a purpose displayed with but this singular
that glaive.
strike. It would be known as
That is cool.
Lubrae's ruin. And beneath Rulk's blade, with the power of the Witness, the planet cracked. Rulk destroyed his entire planet, and shattered the suns of Lubrae.
Oh, yeah, so we're not going
the
there.
chaos that
No.
he had wrought,
No.
for a moment Rulk was overwhelmed. Seeing the devastation, he fell into the ever-expanding abyss that had consumed his world, and he lost consciousness once more. and when he awoke, there was no Lubre, no regime, no city. Only he remained, the last known survivor of his entire species. He beheld the witness once more and saw the totality of all that had happened across his life. He begged and pleaded and wept and regretted. The lesson the witness would show him, the lesson it was attempting to teach, was that these feelings were of no consequence, that all the life on Lubre was of no consequence, that they were of no consequence because they did not serve its goals, the witness's eternal purpose, the formation of finality, the end of the universe. In this context, no one that Rulk had killed had mattered. Only Rulk mattered. Rulk had long believed that his civilization was but lies, and so the lies of his civilization melted away. As he stood and foresaw his new place in the universe, Rulk was asked by the witness what he felt. And to this, as he took his glaive in one hand and the witness's luster in the other, Rulk said, "Relief." It was here that he became the first disciple of the witness, the first of its messengers of doom that would faithfully destroy its foes. Though not all would serve for the same reasons, all would serve. Not as kings, not as gods, but as disciples, prophets, saviors serving existence. Whilst the many disciples of the witness would conduct many terrible campaigns of war and terror, Rulk would be the first, and by most accounts the most powerful, and from his actions would spawn a legacy of bloodshed that would make the stars themselves tremble. A legacy that would begin with Lubre's destruction, and whose heights would be found upon a distant gaseous world, an ancient place with a roiling ocean beneath a depth of cloud, a world known as Fundament.
So now, as we get to this, we are going to be learning about the different races that we fight against.
Okay.
So that's setting up the character of the witness and why we are fighting against the darkness. The light and the darkness are manipulative at their core. They have no
Right.
good or evil side, but they will manipulate whatever to get the result they need. Either by growth or decay. One of the two. So, now we get to Fundament, the next planet that the Traveler touched. We are also a third of the way through.
Oh, wow. A third?
We have another hour in this section that we're doing.
Oh, we have another hour? Oh.
Yeah. Well, we're 31 minutes and the Cabal ends at 1:25 and we're at 31. So,
with his newfound purpose, Rulk would slaughter countless civilizations in the name of the Witness, in the name of its great final purpose. The greatest conquest of the first disciple and his Dark Master would take place on a distant gas giant called Fundament, a world with 52 moons, and whose gravity was so great that smaller planetoids had been pulled in by its gravity and collided with its surface, collapsing into its oceans and becoming great continents on its surface. It was on this world that the Witness and its first disciple would feverishly go about the busy work of sowing devastation once more. The Traveler had settled
The manipulation.
above Fundament amongst its moons and was uplifting a civilization there known as the Ammonite. The Witness foresaw that soon it would move to uplift another species on the world below, on Fundament itself. They were the Krill. All the while, there were even greater forms of life here, Leviathan creatures that dwelled within the oceans. These Leviathans were the first of the Witness's targets. It came to them and offered them powers nestled within darkness. In those powers lay a truth and purpose so terrible that it would haunt the very shape of existence with its promises of death. The witness offered them the logic of the sword, the truth that nothing has ever lived that will not one day die, and the attached premise that those who are strong enough to exist will go on existing by the right of the sword alone. But this was not mere philosophy, it was a praxis that led to real power. Curses and magics wreathed in the darkness itself would be derived from the sword logic. In time, the Leviathans would be twisted into new forms if they followed this dark power. But even before those that consumed of these magics turned into the great ravenous worms that we would know of now, their people had been cleft in two, and a war was
The
soon
worm
to break
gods.
out. The war between the Leviathans and the traitors that would one day become the worms was brutal and vicious. Fundament's oceans roiled with blood as father and mother fought brother and sister,
Oh
fought
my.
son and daughter. It was a roiling carnage that engulfed an entire people and left few survivors. One was a great creature known as Asa. She managed to escape her people's fate by sinking into an ascendant dream. Seemingly, this means that she used the ascendant plane to escape, a parallel reality to our own that mirrors it in a darker, more changeable form to those that have strong will. She would fall through ascendant dreams until she returned to the physical universe and landed in the oceans of a distant system called Sol. She would carry with her the knowledge of who the witness had been, what it had become, and what it intended for the universe. Her eyes were wide and her gaze was long. She would spy the war across the stars and would understand the shape of fate and how it needed to progress if we were to stop the oncoming calamity. But the battle back on Fundament continued to rage. When the worms were at an end, there were but a handful that remained. A mother known as Zeta, and her 5 offspring, Yul, Zol, Ur, Aya, and Aka. They had embraced the way of the sword logic as was described by the witness, and they were imprisoned in the deep. There, a Leviathan watched over them, as it had them held in Fundament's crushing core. It isn't clear if this creature who imprisoned them was of the same species as Asa and what the worms had once been. It might well have been, and if so, it might well have been the last of the survivors of that great war, the last who rejected the witness's offer. We simply do not know, but what we do know is that its power was great enough that it could dominate the remaining worms. It spanned the supposed size of continents, and was known to all others simply as the Leviathan. With the worms' numbers diminished, Rulk and the witness would enact the next stage of their plan: subjugation. Rulk would dive into the deep and enlist the worms in servitude to the witness's plan. He effortlessly conquered the Leviathan, which addressed him and demanded that he stop. Rulk responded by removing one of its ribs in a display of dominance. Descending into the deep, he spoke to Zeta, the mother of the worms,
Little violent.
and offered her a dark pact. The witness had need of her power and of her children's power. It would offer her children sustenance and survival in exchange for loyalty. Having few other options, and seeing the scope of Rulk's power, it was clear that this was no bargain, it was a demand. And so Zeta accepted. Thus, as he took their mother to the surface as both a source of power and a captive, the newly anointed children of Zeta, the so-called worm gods, named him the Subjugator. Rulk took portions of the worms that would form into their larvae, the small worms that we now know from killing so many hive, and with them, he enacted the greatest of the witness's plans. He left one larvae in Fundament's oceans, ensuring that it would wash up and be found by a leader of one of the Krill nations, the next people that the traveler was meant to uplift. The leader who discovered the worm larvae was the king of the Osmium dynasty, and this dead worm larvae would quickly become his familiar. for it would whisper the witness's terrible lies to him, lies of an oncoming horrific calamity. The old Osmium king would grow obsessed with this doom, which would supposedly come in the form of a great god wave that would wipe away all things. He neglected all other things in pursuit of this truth, even neglecting his 3 children, whose now dead names, Orash, Sathona, and Shiro, would be spoken only in Apocrypha, but whose true ascendant names would one day go on to bring terror to the universe. Only the eldest sibling, Orash, had his attention, and only when the 2 of them were studying the stars for proof of the approaching doom. The witness's plans for these siblings was thus. The most cunning of them would acquire her father's larvae upon her father's death. It would whisper to her of the same cataclysm written in the stars, and would tell her that to find salvation for her people, she would need to descend into the deep. These were the whispers told by the lying worm to Sathona. A simple lie, but one that would reshape the history of her people forever. All came to pass as the witness planned, and in time the siblings dove down into the deep. There, Sathona's older sibling, Orash, stood within the deepest part of Fundament's core and made a pact with the worm gods, Sita's 5 children. If the krill would consume their larvae, the worms would provide them with power and immortality, immortality that they had long sought, an escape to their short lives, and the power to claim their revenge. In exchange, the siblings and any who consumed the larvae of the worms would provide an eternal blood tithe and forever venerate the worm, their god. The krill would forever have to commit acts of violence and devastation by following their nature. If they failed to do so, their worms would consume them, and they would perish. The bargain was accepted, and thus Orash, Sathona, and Shiro ceased to be. Thus Ulrix, Savathun, and Xivu-Arath were born.
Oh.
Together, these 3 siblings
Names we've heard
would
before.
stand with the power of Zeta's 5 worm god children. They would
Oryx.
be claimed by the witness's powers
yeah.
before the traveler had a chance to uplift them. Thus, the traveler's plans were subverted. Ulrix, Savathun, and Xivu-Arath would go on to unite the Krill peoples, now believing in the sword logic of the worms and in the promise of their own power. After cleansing the surface of Fundament, they would go on to scour its moons, destroying the Ammonite and butchering the Leviathan, all in the name of their newfound gods. A change came upon them as a people, and they would no longer be known as the Krill. As their new purpose of being the great winnowing blade was made clear, they would become known forevermore as the Hive. These would be some of the most fanatical servants of the sword logic. They would spread out across the universe, and beneath their blades, the witness would see yet more worlds burn in pursuit of the traveler. Though they would not necessarily know the witness to be their true master, the Hive would serve their purposes nonetheless. Tools, puppets created by Rulk. But the Hive are a tale unto themselves. In their long and storied history, kings and queens and princes would rise and fall. Power would be gained, lost and forsaken. But always at the heart of all their machinations there would be a link to each of the 3 new Hive gods. Ulrix, the navigator and king of shapes. Savathun, the queen of lies and deception. And Xivu-Arath, the Hive god of war. They would leave Fundament behind and look for new killing fields and killing logics.
We'll get to Oryx. His ship is made from the body of a dead worm.
Oh, that's cool.
The tale of the Hive is one filled with lies, built upon a lie told long ago by the witness to Sathona, now Savathun, the Witch Queen. Predominantly, though, we have but a single perspective to judge the millions of years worth of Hive history by, the perspective of Ulrix, who would one day become Oryx, the Taken King. He recorded his version of events of the Hive's history, and we have seen it in a series of calcified fragments. We would one day know the knowledge contained in these fragments by a different name, the Books of Sorrow.
Mm-hmm.
These books may not be completely trustworthy, especially because they say nothing of Rulk, the Witness, or the great lie that turned Sathona's mind to the deep and brought the young Krill siblings to the worm gods of Fundament. But they are our best and only record of the Hive's history, a history that is theirs to tell, as they were so often the victors. Hundreds of civilizations were snuffed out by the advancing armadas, the swarms of the Hive. Through their slaughter and through the sword logic, Ulrix, Savathun, and Xivu-Arath would create throne worlds, cysts in reality, pocket dimensions that defied the laws of the universe, nestled within the Ascendant Plane. Upon their deaths, the newly ascended Hive gods would be reborn in these throne worlds, and only within these throne worlds could they ever truly be killed. Thus, even in the face of fierce resistance, the three ruling siblings of the Hive, and all those that would follow as ascendants thereafter, would hold enough power to be nearly unassailable. They would be a scourge upon the universe, and for a time, they looked invincible. That was until they faced the Ecumene, a starfaring empire made seemingly of a conglomeration of many races, one that might have some form of dark power of their own, though this is hard to confirm, as it is only spoken of in whispers of lore recovered from one of the Black Pyramids. Thanks to the information obtained from the Witness's own pyramid vessel, we do know that the Ecumene had built a unity of minds, a chorus constructed from the powers of darkness, but not one of evil, one of harmonious thought. Together, the Ecumene were more than the Hive had ever faced, but they also had a helping hand, a Krill matriarch called Teox. She had been the original traitor who schemed to depose their father, the old Osmium King. She had been unable to kill those three siblings, and when they had been reborn into the Hive gods, she would flee the surface of Fundament, towards the Ammonite, and eventually, towards deep space. She would find her way out into the reaches of the void,
Amazing forethought.
and would be picked up by the Ecumene's forces. She gave them practically all the intelligence they would need to break the Hive's offensive. And break it the Ecumene did. Their great fleets pushed the Hive back time after time, and they targeted and overkilled Ulrix, Savathun, and Xivu-Arath wherever they appeared on the battlefield. In time, they might have been successful, and might have wiped one of the Witness's useful tools from the surface of the universe. But this success would prove to be fleeting at best. Convening within Ulrix's throne world, the Hive gods discussed how to defeat the Ecumene. This discussion led to a simple conclusion. One should claim the power of the others. Thus, Ulrix killed Xivu-Arath and Savathun, claiming their power by the logic of the sword. He used this power to confront one of his own gods, Akka, the Worm of Secrets, whom he killed in the name of knowledge. With this, Ulrix learned of the secret of communing with what he termed to be the Deep. It is presumed that this led to the first meeting between Ulrix and the Witness, although in truth, it isn't clear who Ulrix spoke to. There is a difference discernible to those that read the Books of Sorrow, an inconsistency between the approach of the Witness and the approach of whatever being spoke to Ulrix in the darkness.
In the Books of Sorrow and the Grimoire, they differentiate between speakers by font, text size, punctuation, and actual speech patterns.
Oh.
So the
Okay.
9 that we meet talk in very notable ways where it's either all caps, like Joan is yelling at me, it's stagnated speech, so there's breaks in between, uh, or almost in like rushed whispers. So
Okay.
the witness speaks in a different way than whatever talked to Oryx. So there's another being on the level of the witness hiding in the background.
All
A,
right.
a hidden king.
What is known is that Ulrix emerged empowered. He had a command of powers beyond the comprehension of the Ecumene. Ulrix was no more. He had returned as Oryx, the Taken King, and he had learned the power to abduct beings through portals into another place, where his enemies would be hollowed out by malicious forces and could be returned to the battlefield as thralls under Oryx's command. These were the first Taken, and though Oryx would be called the Taken King, there would be many who would come to wield them in time. The Witness, Rulk, Savathun, Zivor-Arath. Seemingly the only requirement to wield the Taken was a strong enough will to impose upon them, for the Taken are but husks, free of meaning and purpose until one is indwelled within them by a greater force. And thus, Oryx commanded them. He would unleash the Taken upon the Ecumene, and his campaign would conjure back his siblings by embodying their different penchants. Where he was one of slaughter and war, he would summon back Zivor-Arath, and in the Ecumene's last moments, where he tricked them into a fool's gambit, he would embody his sister Savathun. Thus, all three hive gods were returned, and with newfound powers, Oryx would go on to conquer more worlds, and would raise 4 wicked offspring. Crota the Light Eater, Halak the Unraveler, Uranuk the Weaver, and Nokris, whose name would be struck from the world's grave, and who would one day come to be known as a heretic. Through his children, Oryx would extend his own power, as all his children would tithe destruction to him. But they would be storied villains unto themselves. Uranuk and Halak were the fabled creators of the Oversoul and the Death Song, destructive tools within the Hive's arsenal that are still in use to this day. It was Oryx's sons, though, that would be the most storied, albeit not for the reasons one might define
Miss
as
Nokris.
productive. Nokris, who was weak of body but strong of mind, sought out hidden apocrypha that might grant him forgotten power. This led him to the Worm Gods, and in particular, Zol, who was weaker than his siblings and sought an alliance for the sake of his own survival. Zol promised Nokris a power that was forbidden to the Hive in exchange for loyalty, servitude, and his very heart. The power that Zol gifted Nokris was necromancy. One must understand, though death is the realm of the Hive, necromancy is a power that is beyond offensive to them. Death to the Hive is a sacred thing, indicative of one's place within the universe, of one's standing before the final perfect shape. Life is for the living, for the strong, and death is the fate of all those that are not strong enough to continue existing. To return a being to life after its true and final death was seen as a great heresy. This was not the same as the return of Savathun or Zivor-Arath, who fed upon the bounties of trickery and war that Oryx had conjured. This was not the return of any ascendant who had tricked death and become strong enough to defy the laws of causality and build their own throne world. This was an abomination. The weak had been given a second chance. It was unacceptable. For this crime, Nokris was banished, and all memory of him would be stripped from the great archives of the Hive, known as the World's Grave. All record of him was destroyed, all trace of his story wiped clean. Only one statue, obstinate in its permanence, was left standing near the altar of Oryx. But the trace of Oryx's second son, aside from this, would all be gone. But Nokris would live on past his banishment. His chronicles would be told when we returned one day to Mars, but not before. Of Oryx's first son, though, there would still be many chronicles. One day, as Crota was attempting to learn alongside his two sisters, he would unwittingly be tricked by Savathun and would allow the Vex to invade his father's throne world. A Vex mind by the name of Quoria would arrive to learn from the battle, and quickly observing the hive, it deduced that within Oryx's domain, it was the sword logic and veneration of it that made one truly powerful. Thus, it established a foothold in the heart of the hive's power by killing the hive themselves. It had established itself within Oryx's throne by Oryx's own laws. But it was still a causal being, as all the Vex are, and when Oryx returned and blunted the offensive, it was Crota who would bear the blame. He took Crota and flung him into the Vex gate network, saying, "Come home glorious, or die forgotten." And to these words Crota would hold. He would become a legendary demon, and would lead his brood to slaughter countless worlds in his father's name, dedicating secret temples to him and learning much of the brutality that his father would impose upon the world, venerating it in time.
Until we get
But
there.
Crota's actions had exposed the weakness in Oryx's own throne world. In response, Oryx decided that the solution would be to combine his pocket dimension with a massive hive vessel in real space. Thus, Oryx took the corpse of the worm god Akka and used its hide to create the baleful armoring that would encapsulate his throne world, the Dreadnought, a massive vessel whose construction was technically a paradox. When Oryx placed his throne world into the Dreadnought, it overlapped an ascendant plane pocket with real space. This place should not exist, but the power of Oryx was so great that he could indeed create a paradox that would be his great fortress. Oryx would then vengefully hunt down all
He's
those that
pretty
were an affront
cool.
to him, and would eventually
pretty cool.
find the Vex mind that had invaded his throne world. When Quoria the Blade
can you
transformed
pause for a
fought
second?
Oryx,
Mhm.
Wouldn't just building a ship with your with your throne world in it, wouldn't that just make the throne world more accessible, thus like the heighten the chance for him to be killed?
No.
No.
To get to a throne world, you have to go through a special portal.
Oh,
It's
okay,
not-
so
it's
you
not
can't
like-
just like go in the ship.
Yeah. It's not like you just type in
Oh.
a key code and you get in. It's like you gotta say
Oh, I mean, it wouldn't be that easy.
no, but it's like it's like other forms of media where there's some character that can just slip into something and he's in a different
Oh, okay.
dimension. It's parallel.
Yeah, like he's slipping into the fourth dimension.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I got it.
it stood no chance.
That's crazy.
He took it, and eventually would gift its taken remnants to Savathun. In this moment, Oryx should have been truly ascendant.
we can fight
As he
Quoria
had
also.
invaded and found the Vex, it was amongst the fleet of the Harmony, the next who had been blessed by the Traveler's light. It had lied to their worlds, and now they stood within the gravity of a singularity, except it had been paused, and the worlds were living in a flourishing light. The Hive had found these worlds, and were soon to tear them down, root and stem. The Hive had become so powerful, Oryx in particular, that he would constrain the growth of all other things in the universe, including Savathun and Xivu Arath. And so, the three divided. Before, as a united force, they could have stood and destroyed the whole universe. But Savathun and Xivu Arath took their broods and became distant, needing space to grow and to change into something more powerful. Thus Oryx was alone, and his sisters were split from him. His swarm had made an indelible mark on the universe, and had helped to serve the Witness's purpose. They had pursued the Traveler and had destroyed those that stood in the Witness's path, but now Oryx was alone. Now all the Hive Gods were alone. In this, they had shown their one possible weakness. But to the Witness itself, this was of little concern. The Hive were nothing but tools, after all, and they knew little of the true nature of the final shape as the Witness devised it. But they would soon serve a purpose in fulfilling its completion. It was in this way that the Hive and the Taken King would descend upon a distant world belonging to an alien people, a peaceful planet of artisans, weavers, dancers, and technologically inclined priests. It was here that they found the Eliksni and their homeworld of Reese, and like a great storm, they would ravage this place, and the Traveler would once again be forced to flee.
So, this next part with the Eliksni, keep specifically in mind because we're about to deal with that with the next DLC.
Oh, okay.
This is all very pertinent to what we're going to do. And this is still before Destiny 1 happens.
The Hive's rampage across the universe would bring them into contact with many peoples and many worlds. Their swarms were vast, and as Oryx, Savathun, and Xivu Arath had all split, they had now covered different ground. Oryx's brood remained the most powerful arm, and their people would find another world seeded by the Traveler. These were the people of Reese, the Eliksni, though humanity would one day come to know them first as the Fallen. Sources from the Eliksni's own histories indicate that they held a small number of colonies throughout several celestial bodies. At the heart of their civilization, the jewel of their small empire that spanned a few stars was still set upon their home planet of Reese. They were a hardy but adaptable people. They would be sustained by a life-giving substance called ether. The exact chemical makeup of this compound is unfamiliar and unclear, but it can be created by a servitor from almost any remnant matter, meaning that the Eliksni would be able to live on in almost any place so long as they had a servitor. However, in the skies of their homeworld Reese, this life-giving compound was everywhere. It filled the very air, and turned their sky a delicate shade of pink. It allowed the Eliksni to grow to their true natural sizes. They would be between 7 and 10 feet tall. They had 6 limbs, 4 arms instead of just 2.
Oh, these guys are cool.
Dexterous, and they were nimble, but they could also stand tall with noble intent and philosophy, back before calamity arrived at their shores. The Eliksni were in many ways a truly utopian people, one of the best examples of what the Traveler could do in the right circumstances. Their society was communal in nature, and its people were organized into noble houses, known best not for their nationalities, but for their disciplines. For example, those that would one day be known as the House of Wolves were known in that time as gentle weavers, great artisans who would craft beautiful garments worn by all their people. When the Traveler arrived and exalted their civilization like the thousands it had uplifted before, the Eliksni developed, entering a rapturous age of peace and expansion. Beneath Reese's pink sky, the Eliksni grew to exalt the Traveler and all life-giving machines. They came to call it the Great Machine, and their study of its divine construction would lead to the rise of the so-called Splicers. Whilst we would know them better as biohackers and body engineers, the principal concern of Splicers was in fact the study of machinery itself.
The weakness of
Eliksni
my
believed
flesh.
that within all machines there was a spark of divine potential, and believed that within that divine spark, life itself could also be seen in some different, somewhat more intangible form. Eventually, the Eliksni would see this belief morph into a worship of machinery itself, with them acting with great reverence to machines that they would construct later in their society, machines that they would need to keep them alive. Alas, even with the many noble houses, the Eliksni were doomed to suffer the same fate as all those blessed by the Traveller, for its bounty was followed by bitterness, and the Black Fleets in the service of the Witness would soon arrive. The exact details of the fall of the Eliksni Empire, and in particular the fall of Reese, are not well known. Much like our own destruction, the event is known to the Eliksni by another name, the Whirlwind. When ruin came to their system, they were crushed beneath the advancing hordes of the Witness's minions. Chief amongst these invaders would be the Hive. Oryx's swarm had arrived. His forces brought with them the same doom that they had brought to 1,000 worlds prior. To them, Reese was but another set of unbelievers to be delivered onto the jaws of death in the name of the sword logic. The houses mustered in a defense of their homeworld, believing that in spite of all the darkness, fate might be on their side. But tragically, it was not. Eliksni legends tell of the moment where the defense of their world was lost, when one of the great leaders that rallied them, Chelchis, the Kell of the House of Stone, stood before them all and cried, "Where is the great machine?" For it was in this moment that the course of history repeated itself once more, and the Traveller began to flee Reese, away from the forces of the Witness. In that moment, seeing that it had abandoned their people and that Reese was lost, many would lose hope, many would be scarred forever, many would remember. For scribes like Varix, it would represent the greatest tragedy that his people had ever seen. For warriors like Eramis, it represented a betrayal so bitter and so evil that it would create hatred lasting for thousands of years. But for one amongst their number, it created a moment of determination that defined an entire people. Seeing that the Traveller, the great machine, had abandoned their people and that Reese was lost, the Kell of the house that would one day be known as the House of Devils told his forces to break off from the engaging attackers. He ordered his ship to pursue the Traveller with all haste, and all catchers under his command were to follow this order. This Kell, who would one day claim the name of Achelux, abandoned all those houses who could not make war, and in his pursuit of the great machine, many others followed him. Thousands of Eliksni on thousands of catchers would begin the long exodus from Reese, chasing the Traveller, following Achelux's banner. An exodus that would come to be known as the Long Drift. Some houses gathered in groups of catchers, some followed the trail of the great machine alone. But no matter what, it would be a time of terrible hardship. Having left their homeworld behind, the Eliksni had little of the life-giving substance known as ether to consume. They needed to construct new machines to create ether synthetically, and so the servitors were created. They were made spherical in shape, perhaps to venerate the Traveller. Whilst the servitors could make ether out of
Have we
any
fought these
abandoned
guys?
matter,
The Eliksni? Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
they're the Fallen.
Oh, they're the okay. Yep.
They had a rise, and they fell.
At a rise. And they're the fall. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And they treat
was
the
like-
the term fallen, not like a slur, but like it's demeaning in their eyes
Oh, it's okay.
because they
Okay,
didn't
'cause-
fall; they were tripped. So,
Okay, yeah, because I mean, I knew like they looked familiar,
Mhm.
but no, the servant seeing the servitor is like, wait a minute.
yeah, we'll meet more of them soon,
Oh, these are these guys.
Yeah. and we have about 20 minutes left.
that was discovered, the scarcity of resources in deep space led to the devolution of Eliksni society. The once noble people became pirates, scavengers, and warlords. Barbaric practices became commonplace. There was not enough ether to go around. The Those few that could get enough were the leaders of the houses, because they were strong. They claimed the position of Kells, and those amongst them of religious inclinations would commune with the servitors, and thus the triad of power within each house was born: the Kells, the Archons, and the servitors. A new hierarchy had been born from the broken remains of the old. Where before the Eliksni had grown tall, now the Kells would become monstrous in size as they consumed more than their fair share of ether to remain stronger still. With their utterly monstrous strength, there was less chance of them being challenged by rivals. For most, though, rationing would be the way of their life. Those without sufficient ether remained small, stunted, and weak. Worst of all, though, the punishments doled out by those who ruled became harsh to the point of being almost unspeakable. It is likely that on the long drift, the barbaric practice of severing an Eliksni's lower arms became a commonplace punishment for failure. This would be known as docking, and many who were docked were turned into
Well.
dregs, or wretched.
Docking? I didn't know they were Mormon.
I don't know. That's I don't know if that's something you can say.
The lowest possible rung of Eliksni society.
You're gonna
Thus it was
piss off
that the
snakes.
Eliksni would pursue the traveler, and become less of a people than their history would allow them to remember. The once noble banners of their houses would be cannibalized into symbols of dominance and declarations of territory. They would no longer be the utopian people that had grown up beneath the great machine. The damage to their societal fabric was so great that it would permeate through generations. There would be newborn Eliksni, but they would mostly be born in a time where few of them would remember the Whirlwind or Reese. They had no home to call their own. It would be nothing more than a passing legend, a dream. It came to the point that when humanity named them Fallen as a common slur and reference to their status as a people abandoned by the traveler, many amongst the Eliksni did not completely reject the notion. They were a lost people, a tragic tale, a diaspora of vessels and cultures and long-lived memories that, should the universe be so harsh, could have been snuffed out in an instant. They would continue onwards and would follow the trail of the traveler to the next system that it had blessed. But that would take some time, and there were other civilizations who would make their way to our astral shores for reasons other than vengeance and reclamation. There were those that would make their way to our shores in the name of empire and conquest,
Mm-hmm.
and they too would be making moves, even though the traveler and the witness
The final
had
race.
never laid eyes on them.
Oh, these guys look very Warhammer inspired.
Yes, these are the brutes. These are the Cabal.
Ah.
That should look familiar.
A little bit.
Whilst many civilizations throughout the universe would be uplifted by the traveler, there were some that made their own way into the stars without the divine intervention or assistance from a greater being. One such people was found on the distant and rugged world of Tora Bartel. They were known as the Cabal, and their society was one ruled by might. In their earliest years, mighty warlords would roam their world, claiming the right to territory by conquest and combat. Even in the days when they would break out into the stars, the Cabal's great warlords would still challenge each other for supremacy in the rights of their old ways. It is perhaps then unsurprising that one of the oldest legends of the Cabal is one that concerns their first emperor, a mythical figure called Acrius. The Cabal once saw the sun and desired it for themselves, so they climbed a great mountain to claim it. But before they could reach the sun to claim it, a great beast stood in their way. Generations of mighty and worthy warriors clashed against the beast, scoring small and seemingly insignificant blows against it, until one day, Acrius came and struck the killing blow. He ascended to claim the sun and was crowned as the first emperor of the Cabal. This legend shows their lack of subtlety as a people, but it also has been a literal pretext for conquest. The Cabal believe themselves to be righteous rulers in this universe, and they believe that it is so because they are mightier than their foes. The sun is theirs to claim because they are strong enough, and so they claim it. The legend of Acrius may or may not be true, but the emperors of the Cabal have been very real, and across their history, they laid claim to dozens of worlds. Some of these worlds were occupied by peoples that would be folded into the Cabal Empire. The Sindhu, the Karga Clips, the Arkborn, the Scions, all of them would have at some point been client races of the Cabal of Tora Bartle, and would be pushed into slavery and servitude of their emperors. The history of the Cabal is a long one, full of many conquests made by tyrants, but none of these despots and warlords have been more consequential than one who changed the fabric of their society so much that it led to his own downfall. His name was Emperor Callus, and while he was emperor, he was not
Fat and
truly
nasty.
powerful. In the time when his reign began, he would need to upend institutions for it to truly flourish. As emperor, he served alongside other powerful bodies that governed much of Tora Bartle's strength. Their people were ruled by a senate, and their military by a praetorate. The old military traditions of the Cabal were maintained, but Callus was different.
Very Roman.
He did not care for them. He was content with the idea of conquest, but he was not a martial Cabal. He sought song and beauty and pleasure in all things, and the praetorate stood in the way of this. The Senate stood in the way. So Callus created a populist revolution to overthrow them both, so that he might claim ultimate authority over his own empire. Callus changed the Cabal people fundamentally when he rose to power. His populism saw the warlike ways of the Cabal relegated in favor of a bountiful and hedonistic culture. Even at his coronation, the nature of his rule was made clear, as he had the desert sands of Tora Bartle cleansed to be pristine and white, having his army of minions remove every single offending stone or plant that might stand out, and for his entire royal court to be recreated in the sands of Tora Bartle's deserts. More telling were the actions he took upon his coronation itself, though, as the one true ruler of the Cabal. In the splendor of his perfectly recreated royal court, Callus had the old consul of the Praetorate brought before him.
So this is cutscenes from the original Red War for D2, the original campaign.
Okay.
So I can't show you these in game, but this is the one scene where one of the human people captured by these guys just says, "Why don't you kill yourself? That might be easier."
Stripped of rank and title,
As he's like
clothing,
chained up to.
Callus castrated the Cabal consul and banished him into the wastelands of Tora Bartle, saying but a single word to him: run. This was an example of the ruthlessness with which Callus governed his imperial domain. He was benevolent and generous one moment, vengeful and petty the next. He treated the old Cabal ways with contempt and uplifted new celebrations of culture and decadence. But behind the new emperor's magnificent opulence, there was a deep sadness. This sadness was born of a love that he had lost. His original lover had left him in a time of great sorrow. Callus knew that he had broken things between them, and that despite loving her, their relationship had been damaged beyond repair, all thanks to his own selfish actions. But there was one spark of that relationship that still remained, one remnant of his old flame that he clung to. Together, they had created an heir to the Cabal Empire. Her name would be Keitel. As she grew in his new Cabal Empire, she perhaps did not first comprehend the changes to her people's proud ways. She did not originally hate her father, though it would not take long for her to have good reason to do so. One day, her father doted on her as he had done before. He had given her some of the most revered gifts that a Cabal could receive, but today he had surpassed even himself. He gifted his daughter a war beast. These war beasts in Cabal culture are the most extreme example of what it's like
Oh.
for a human being to own and lovingly care for a dog. They are venerated beyond exception and are some of the most prized companion animals that a Cabal can have. Keitel
Aw.
named her war beast Milos and loved it dearly beyond anything else in
Aw.
the world. Callus saw Keitel's love for the war beast, and in his inconceivable cruelty and jealousy, he grew jealous of Milos. He believed that she loved her own war beast more than she loved him, and so Callus had Milos killed. He could not stand the
What?
idea of his daughter loving even a pet more than him. This moment changed Keitel and set her down a path that would determine the course of her life forever.
Crazy.
She now held a burning hatred for her father that was so deep in the kernel of her heart that it would never be dislodged. And she was certainly not alone. There were many within Callus's empire that saw him with a degree of discontent. Keitel was but one of them. The Emperor's old bodyguard, Lictor Sheotet, the Evocate General and Primus of all his legions, Amun-Arath, the free-born scion dreamer known as Otzot, the master of festivals, Moli-Imoli. All of them harbored ill intent for the Emperor. But it was under the leadership of two Cabal that these malcontent actors would be aligned in purpose and turned into conspirators. The former consul that Callus had banished into the desert, and his chosen champion, the rising gladiatorial leader that had emerged victorious in the fighting pits,
This one.
the ghost Primus of the Red Legion, Gaul. These conspirators joined together and plotted to overthrow Callus, a plot that would come to be known as the Midnight Coup. Each of them would play their own part in his downfall, but it was Keitel who spelled his ultimate doom. As the Midnight Coup was being enacted, Callus fled for his throne room. He sought a relic of the emperors of old, a shard of bone taken from a wish dragon. The remains of these mythical creatures were known to grant desires to those that held them. With the shard in hand, Callus might be able to maintain his hold on power if only he wished for it. But when he arrived, Keitel was already present in the throne room.
Ooh.
She held the shard of wish dragon bone in her hand. Knowing that she held her father's salvation, Keitel addressed him, saying, "Father, I will not be weak." She crushed the bone in her gauntlet, and with it, sealed Callus's fate. He was escorted hurriedly through the streets of the Cabal capital, his utterly massive entourage in tow. All traces of the old emperor, save for those that were part of his coup, would be scrubbed from the imperial hierarchy. They were all forced to march aboard a Cabal vessel known as the Leviathan, and Callus was forced into exile. The navigation controls for this great vessel were sabotaged, and the Emperor was left to drift into uncharted space. On Toro Bartle, the Consul and Gaul seized power and began a new era for the Cabal. The former Primus of the Red Legion would be declared as the very first and only Dominus of the Cabal, an emperor and military dictator all in one. His power over the empire would be absolute, and with the Primus of all legions, Amun-Arath, and the heir apparent to the imperial throne, Keitel, at his side, his authority was unchallenged. Emperor Callus would wallow in pity and sorrow for a time aboard the Leviathan. His cohort of scribes recorded that there was nothing that could be done to break him from his misery. No form of entertainment,
Womp
no
womp.
food, no pleasure would rouse him from this sorrow. The exact amount of time the Emperor spent like this is not recorded, but what eventually broke him from his stupor would be. One day, as the Leviathan sailed through the uncharted void of space, it encountered strange interference. The nature of this interference would not be known at first, but based on our explorations of similar events and based on Callus's own recollections, it is almost certain that he encountered the Black Fleet. what he would come to know as the Black Edge. He would see the Witness. The pocket of astral disruption that they found themselves in caused massive quakes throughout the Leviathan, and Callus put on an environmental suit to see what had befallen the vessel from its own hull. Out on the exterior of the Leviathan, Callus beheld that thing that he would be defined by for the rest of his life. He would see the Witness, and it told Callus that there was to be an end to all things, and that the universe would end by its glorious design, and that he was to be its herald. After 12 hours and numerous terrible quakes, Callus returned inside with a look of mania in his eyes.
What a mug.
He had first openly proclaimed the doom of the universe, and then, with a sigh of what seemed to be relief, he welcomed it. As he said at the time, when nothing matters, what's left? Joy, comfort, freedom, the true freedom of pursuing pleasure for pleasure's sake, because it pleases you, because you desire it. I knew this during my rule, and I'd forgotten it during my exile. I shall not forget it again. Thus Callus returned to his hedonistic ways, with a renewed vigor and a new mission. He would follow the directions of this terrible voice, and would be its herald. But first he would also aim to acquire his revenge against those that had wronged him. To this end, the Leviathan's navigation systems were returned to functioning order, and the vessel charted its way back to known space. Callus would start to actively employ some of his deadliest servants in the task of seeking revenge, his shadows. Across the many worlds that had been conquered by the Emperor of the Cabal, he had found individuals of incredible martial skill. They were brought to Callus, contained in glorious armor, embellished with golden heraldry, and offered all that their hearts desired in exchange for servitude unending. Callus would send his shadows after the conspirators, and managed to successfully hunt down the Master of Ceremonies, Callus's former bodyguard, and a favored tea merchant that he had once believed to have served Gaul's command staff. These were but the first attempted assassinations, and upon Gaul and Keitel there would be many. For his daughter in particular, he would send shadows with a specific weapon in hand, a blade that had been passed down from generation to generation, the Heart Shadow. Forged from a rare metal called enactine,
Oh, that's cool.
this weapon could not be broken.
Very
It
cool.
would always reform to its original shape if but a shard of it was exposed to psionic energy and the memory of what it had been like. The weapon was an heirloom passed through the women of Callus's line, and he had made sure that Keitel would eventually receive the weapon one way or another. His assassins attempted to take her life time and time again, and each time the mighty heir apparent would leave the blade shattered, ready to be reforged by Callus once again. In a strange way, this is how they kept in touch. Callus and Keitel would not communicate directly, but every time a new assassin came wielding the blade, Keitel would shatter it. In these reflections of each other's choices, did Keitel and Callus know of each other's continued existence. It was the only way to gauge each other's strength and intention. Assassins would be sent to kill Gaul and the consul, but likewise they would fail. The new ruler of the Cabal had set his sights on further horizons. He had remilitarized the culture of Torobatl, and had sent out many of the scout legions of the Empire to systems at the far reaches of Cabal space, each sent under a banner of war with a promise. Without victory, they would be exiled and could not return home. Gaul's forces would chart their way through the universe and would one day find themselves on the route to Sol. 5 scout legions and an elite group of Scion Flayers would one day land upon the shores of Sol's planets. But just as the Vex and Hive and Elixni would, it would take them time. Before any of them arrived in Sol, came an omen of prosperity and doom. A single event that would change the course of human history for all time and all people. Here is where humanity's part in this story begins. And it starts with the arrival
Of the traveler.
traveler.
Yippee! And that's where we will end that for today.
All right.
So, any questions?
Uh
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, no questions is good. As long as, like, I guess questions would be what would you have any question about the races or what stands out to you about them? And are you wanting to do the DLC today?
Oh yes. Yes, I am wanting.
Okay.
Let me boot it up. So the Cabal that we fight
Yes.
in D2, that is the remilitarized
Yes.
force. Do Oh wait, the the stuff with that takes place during the stuff that was vaulted.
Yes.
And
But we still fight some of the same Cabal.
okay.
So, let's see, what else can I like? If you look at stream, I can show you. So Callus, when we first meet him, he was the first raid of D2.
Okay.
So, in your collections, you might see a symbol that kind of looks like fangs on some of the weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
Those are from original vanilla D2. So those are year one things. In the weapon you got from the raid, I believe was Merciless? Or it was something. I don't remember specifically what the raid weapon was. No, it was Acrius. Legends of Acrius was the raid exotic, I believe.
That's the shotgun they showed.
The big chunky shotgun.
Yeah.
For armor that came out year one, each class only had 3 ish.
3?
But they had a bunch, but it was mainly like the same ones we had from D1. So there wasn't a whole lot of changes. For weapons, you had this stuff. This was the aesthetic of the raid weapons.
Oh.
So, very opulent.
Very opulent.
No, I don't believe there was a.
I have logged in.
Nice. Okay, I'll invite you. So, I've also gone through my subclasses. So,
All right.
I'll run my void one. So the armor, there was also a couple DLCs that came out with a raid expansion for them. So there were like side raids.
Okay.
So initially you had this was like the type of armor for first raid.
Yep. Ornate.
The second one that came out was kind of beetle-ish. You kind of see like like you saw they had tusks on some of them. You can see that kind of like shape. Same with the other ones. Titans had Mask of Roll, and then very Beetle-ish type of helmet.
Uh-huh.
The pauldrons are quite like bulbous,
Oh, look, very bulbous.
and then warlocks, very odd looking, and then more
Mm.
buggish.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So at some point we will do a raid. I will also want to do a specific dungeon with you once we're done this. But if you go into your quest tab, you are going to
Into my quest tab.
into the crown section.
Yeah.
The one we're going to be doing next is Legacy Beyond Light.
Ah,
So.
Beyond Light. Okay, tracked.
We are going to go to Europa.
Oh,
So
Jupiter moon.
yes. So do you got everything sorted? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Chat, we will do the same thing. Music and silence when there's a cutscene, story stuff for Matney. And also for the VOD. But we are going to go in chronological order as much as we can. So between each DLC, there's a year of content, right?
Uh-huh.
So Shadowkeep happens, and its season. 3 more seasons happen, leading with the story building up to that. The seasons are part of the vaulting where they get taken away.
Ah.
So I would have to find whatever videos for that. But that's why we're doing the lore thing. So we built up to the point of we need to go to Europa.
I've seen terrible things born out in the darkness.
Ooh.
Every moment brings them closer.
Okay, Eris.
My future does not begin here, but yours does. It's time to step beyond the light.
We got 9 more hours of lore, but we're copying into Beyond Light for this.
And it all begins
Also, hello, Pineapple
with a
Cat.
splinter.
Hello, Pineapple.
If you would like to join, you are welcome to. We're in Beyond Light. This is the game.
My friends, we are all in great danger. Earth, that great machine, Elixir, and the human. Darkness walks among us. We are all in great danger. My kind must survive. Please, send help. There is not much time. What? Where? Oh no. She's already here. Please, anyone.
Dude, I was gonna ask why we're going to Europa, but yeah, that pretty much answers it.
So also at this point, we've lost a member of the Vanguard. Forsaken has happened already. That was before Shadowkeep.
Uh-huh.
he let the people out that killed our Vanguard.
Oh,
But Varys we know from
That's
D1.
another one. They all scan the same. Empty. Why did the darkness invite us here? You're quiet today.
Yeah. It's just, we keep coming face to face with darkness. And every time we fail to stop it, we're just so powerless. I'm picking up a distress signal. Someone's in trouble.
My friends, we are all in great danger.
It's Varix. He has a lot to answer for.
Darkness walks among us.
I'll send a message to let Zavala know.
No, wait. Where is the signal coming from?
Here. Europa.
I'm excited for you to see the armor I made for my character.
oh, you made new armor.
Varix's distress signal
An
down the
outfit.
ridge.
All right, hello.
We better hurry.
Ooh,
It was Varix.
hello.
He instigated the riot at the Prison of Elders. He's equally responsible
Oh,
for
very
Kane's death.
nice, very nice.
The Vanguard's been after him since.
I'm sticking
wonder
with
he's hiding on
with my
a vessel.
usual for now.
Fair. Alright, ready?
So it is a very good look. I'm very pleased with
Thank
this
you.
look.
Yours is very fitting. So, as he just said, Varix is part of the reason why Cade is dead. So,
We're close to
Mhm.
the origin point of Varix's distress signal.
and there's the catch.
Hello.
Those fallen patrols
Oh,
are right
oh,
where
it's
we're
so
going.
so the darkness called us out here.
They must
Yes.
be after Varix too. Let's hurry.
Interesting.
So up to this point, the darkness has kind of been teasing us. Like, it's being the whole, we're not as bad as you think. See, we didn't kill you. Like, you know, we're not as bad. Is the kind of base for the story. We gotta sit this one out. Have fun with the Beyond Light, though. We'll be in for tomorrow's episode.
These fallen
All
have
right.
an
I'm not
unfamiliar
streaming
house symbol.
tomorrow,
Who are we dealing with?
but I do appreciate
back on
you.
Monday.
Staying here.
Yes,
There's traces of
on Monday.
darkness.
I appreciate you lurking, though, Pineapple.
It's
Oh, that's
Braytech
a neat
from
ghost
Eventide,
shell.
Clovis Bray's Golden Age colony
Thank
is
you.
here on Europa. Whoever was here was using it to track Varix too. They must have intercepted
There's
the
a-
distress signal before we did.
There's a-
I'm
Okay,
using
I've got
this
the
one.
signal's true origin point now.
Oh, nice.
It's not far. Let's hurry.
Europa. This is the only planet they put it on, but it has a weather system.
Oh, okay, that's neat. Why is this the only planet they put it on?
They wanted to do it more. It was a little too intensive, so they just decided to not
Ah.
put it on another. But you'll notice as it gets snowier, visibility may go down.
I really like that.
It's a really cool feature. I
Engram.
just got an exotic, of course.
Oh, I hope it's some sort of chess piece, because all the ones I have, well, all the exotic armors I have are
Arms.
arms or legs, or my one helmet.
Yeah.
Oh, this is neat. This is awesome weather.
If you have
Actually, you know, I actually really like it.
some scopes will highlight enemies, kind of like a thermal thing, and they're easy to see through this.
Okay, so I should equip this. Oh, and that's just better.
Mm-hmm. It's okay, Maple.
Varix must have really done it this time. If we don't get to him first, someone else will. If it's not already too late.
Oh yeah, I guess from the getting
Wait,
the Ultimate
Darkness.
Edition,
Mhm.
it
I
gave
feel
me
it,
the
but
season pass.
it's different. Somehow.
Nice. So you can start earning some stuff.
Yep.
So we have
I don't
40
know what level I
days.
am.
You're probably like 10.
I mean, I'm already. Oh, I'm almost level 18.
Oh, neat.
Like right on the cusp of level 18. Oh, why is my screen black?
Cutscene.
Cutscene. Hello, Vert.
She should look familiar to you
A little bit.
from what we just watched.
Not only a traitor, but a thief. Now where is it?
Safe from you, yes.
Search the buildings. Find it.
Wait! Aramis, old friend. These powers, they create chaos. They are changing you. This.
Cling to your machine god. With this power, we make our own fate.
Ooh.
Always playing pretend. Living in the past. I should have seen it. Make an example of him.
Varric should be just up ahead. There. That's where Varric's signal is coming from.
We probably won't do the dungeons and stuff in order, but
Okay.
I will explain when we do them where they fit in. And
Alright.
when, I guess.
Help, Varrix. Yes.
I should have waited.
Fire away from Varrix.
Wait a second. I'm picking up more chatter on the Fallen's comms.
Have them surround the perimeter. The snake does not leave here alive. It will be done, Aramiskel.
Savior, hurry. You must free me.
See, oh.
Yeah, Here,
Varrix, thanks.
I'll put on my solar outfit.
And now must hide.
Oh!
Not so fast. We heard your message.
I made one for each class,
Darkness
or each
walks among
subclass.
us.
Okay, that's
What do
cool.
you mean?
There is no time. They are coming. Varrix asks for your protection once more. I will take shelter inside, succeed, and Varrix will reveal all.
Alright.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, Brig.
Yes. This is the first time we see the Briggs.
Brig down.
Nice. And that's it.
Oh, you just take the Brig down and that's it.
Yeah.
Success, Savior. Varrix is truly grateful.
Then
Oh,
prove it.
you're on the move.
We expect answers.
Come to Varrix and you will have them. But know that our
Nope.
work
Oh.
here has only just begun.
Oh.
There you go.
Hey, rank up.
So, yeah, it was a lot harder when it first came out. Kind of because there used to be power scaling. So you would hit a max, a soft cap, and then the next expansion would increase it.
Oh, yeah.
So I think at this point we were like, oh, 200. Or something. You are now... I'm 368. You're
like
301.
300 some.
Yeah.
Yeah, 301.
So 100 levels over.
Quite a bit easier.
Yeah, quite a bit. This will be a cutscene.
Okay, I think
Okay,
no, it's not.
we gotta go talk to him for it to be a cutscene. Yes.
I thought we were right there.
Hello, Varix.
You do not trust Varix, yes? But leave your distrust, your blame, for later. The Elixni who attacked me, she is Aramis, ship stealer. A new Kell of Kells, unifier of the houses. And she seeks to build an army of Elixni, powered by darkness. If
Oh.
she is not stopped, she will destroy us all. You must go. Varix will help you find your way.
And he's our vendor.
Oh, hey. Cool.
So, now,
Oh, I can acquire a ship.
yes. New quest, the new Kell. So, let me know when you're ready and I'll start it.
I'm ready. Where are you?
It's one of those you just go to the banner.
Oh, you left so quickly.
Yeah. I've replayed this DLC a lot.
Varix, the power Aramis used to trap you.
I can see why.
Is that
Darkness? Yes. We call it stasis. Power in opposition to your light, given by the pyramid.
Oh, loading.
It led Aramis astray.
Ooh,
Your
an event.
goal was to be
Okay.
a haven
Oh.
for Elixni, but stasis corrupted her. With it, she turns obsession into opportunity.
This sounds cool.
In haste to empower Elixni with the dark gift. If Aramis is not stopped, she will build an army capable of snuffing out the light.
That's all that was.
Once and for all.
Oh, that's it? Okay. Oh, hello. Is this planet's patrol? Oh no, glacial starward.
So, the moon had helium coils. This has starwort.
Okay. Bikes.
Yep. You should take the pike.
I should take the pike.
Yeah. So this is an old Earth colony. Colony that was owned by
Oh.
a science, like, research company.
This is what remains of Eventide. Clovis Bray's European colony, built to house those who came to build Exo, and to become them.
Oh, right.
So you came to Europa to what?
I'll tell you about the
Hide
Exo
from
after.
Vanguard?
Okay.
Varix knows of the elephant in the room.
Address me.
Six's death was not my intention. No day passes
Easy.
without regret. I will answer for these crimes, but not before my people
Hey.
are safe from Aramis.
Yippee!
So the Exos are essentially human soul and, like, consciousness put into a robot body.
Oh. Oh, the Exos.
Yes.
The robot race.
The one you are playing as right now.
Okay.
You were
I
born.
thought the name sounded familiar.
You were reborn here. But, new mind being put into a body, as we'll see later on, sometimes there were mishaps.
Oh.
That dome. Is that where you live?
A pinnacle of hope for the remaining Elixir.
The big dome over on the
reminder
right.
of Aramis's
Big dome over on the... Oh.
The big one in the sky there.
Yeah.
This DLC has so much story and lore.
I like lore. I love lore, Charlie. I love lore.
Oh. Oh no. Okay, you see this thing right next to me?
Yes.
We can't do anything with it yet.
Oh. But the chest.
We'll get to it later. Don't you worry.
I'm just killing everything before I can get here.
I'm sorry. Here, I'll leave this to you.
That's cool. Oh, hello, big thing.
Nice. Here, you see this orange thing right here? With the red blinking light? Shoot it.
Yeah. Ah.
Yeah. Every game needs an explosive barrel.
Every game needs
feel
an
it again.
explosive barrel.
The energy I felt earlier. It must have been Aramis using stasis.
There will also be a day where you just run strikes. So we can do the little story with that.
Okay.
But
Okay, where to
Trail
next?
Aramis left behind leads right through that door, but it's locked.
Oh, there's another door up there. I assume that's where we come out of.
Yes. You will
This is how we
not be
redirect.
able to break through.
Oh,
Then we'll find another way around.
what the fuck?
You're all
How'd you
here
open that?
for the same reason. Because you
Ask
desire-
nicely.
Aramis
Oh,
is
cutscene.
close. She's ours now.
Chains! For centuries we have been bound by them. Servants to the so-called Great Machine. We even built idols in its image. We have become pawns of our own devices. No longer. Today, we begin breaking free from our chains.
And my chains are broken.
This power is a gift. One I will share with all of you in time. Vilax! One by one, we will rise again.
Ooh, cryo.
This is our future. Our
we got a cryo subclass this
No chance against this power.
this DLC.
Great machine will finally
Oh.
know our
What?
pain.
I don't know.
It would appear our enemies have arrived, eager to test us.
I feel like we got a cryo subclass.
Let's not keep them waiting.
I can't answer it. I think you're being shot at.
This. I can feel it. It's too powerful.
Erebus has begun spreading stasis to her army.
Oh, he missed.
You must get out now.
I'm
Or
calling our
oh,
ship. Let's
cryo
go.
or stasis. That
Don't stop. Keep
that's
moving.
what it's called.
Yeah. It's not technically ice. I think it's like your emotions.
Oh. The fuck?
Okay, doors open.
Oh.
We can go.
Oh. How do we kill that guy?
Darkness,
We don't.
The fallen. This is
Oh,
really
alright.
bad.
We gotta go to your ship.
Here, to the left.
Okay. Hello.
There. Across the
And
gap.
then
Go.
cutscene. I think it's a cutscene. I never remember when.
Oh, Beyond Light Chapter 1. Oh, this DLC's got chapters.
Mm-hmm. Surely it'll
It'll load soon. Return to Varix. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Varix believed Aramis wished to create a new life for the Elixni, but these dark powers have poisoned her mind. And so I fled from her. For this, she calls me betrayer. There are others who fled, those like me who still worship the great machine. They are in hiding. I will not leave them behind. They will be casualties in her war without our help.
we can meet some of them.
But perhaps they can be brought
We can meet
to
someone?
safety.
Some of the Elixni that want to leave.
Oh, some of them, yeah.
And here's your
Ooh,
first
new gun.
your open weapon.
By the
Alright.
draw of legend.
Hey, I leveled up my pass.
Nice. So
What did I get?
you got Hailing Confusion. Pulse rifle.
Spider medals in
Ooh, also
old
got a Prime Engram boost. I'm getting Prime Engram rewards and portal activities.
Yes, which we will
Oh,
get to.
and I have an Eververse Engram.
Ooh. Use it.
Can I? Oh yeah, in the store.
Yes.
A small gift of bright dust.
Yep. It's some currency to buy a shader.
Uh-huh. Damn.
Welcome to
Unlucky.
the welcome to the bullshit.
Yeah. Alright. Now, how much bright dust do I have? Oh, I have the 1500.
Doing pretty good. By the way, we're on now step 3 of 34 for the DLC. So we have 31 missions left in this DLC.
Oh,
You-
Okay. Well,
ready?
I am ready to move on.
Just tell me when you want to be done and we can...
Okay. I mean, I can go for a while.
Okay. Wonder what the temperature is today, or right now. It says we're gonna have snow for like the next 2 hours. Up into Saturday.
Yeah, hang on, I'm gonna look on the store real quick.
I hoped it would be.
The offers for break
who do
dust.
not wish to live under the rule of a dark kelm. We must play savior. A secret communication
Well, I can get an emote.
network would allow us to reach out.
Mm.
Barracks, we're ready. Where is the first relay?
Barracks thanks you.
Cool. First relay? I'll let you find it.
Okay, just a second.
Yep. I'm just gonna be dancing, so...
Yep. So,
Go to the waypoint and you'll find the first communication network.
okay. Hello.
Hello. I'm not at the waypoint.
Yeah, there we go. Hacking.
Hacking through the snow.
And a one ghost open sleigh.
Power's going, Barracks.
Good. 2 more.
2 more. Yep, there's the next one. You're right at the next one.
Oh, crazy.
Huh, it's almost like you planned that.
I would never do something that, yeah.
No,
Okay, Barracks,
no.
That's 2.
I know what you're doing.
Did you hear that?
Oh, what was that?
Oh, never mind.
Sounded like voices.
What?
What was that?
Who?
The ones who spoke for me.
Ooh.
We must hurry then. There's one more relay.
You know, okay, I just noticed.
Mhm.
Okay. His speech pattern is kind of like Alan from Smiling Friends.
Which one, Varix or Ghost?
Very.
A little.
I just heard that. I mean, I have to listen to it a little bit more.
So, I would say, when you activate this next one, just
yeah.
look out.
Oh. Hello.
Oh no. It's them. They're here.
Would you look at that?
Oh.
They're beckoning us.
Oh, it's the darkness.
Alright, you first.
All right, darkness. Oh, pyramid.
We beckoned. You answered. We've kept you waiting long enough. Come to us. Salvation awaits.
Newbies
Nope,
first.
you wanted me to go first?
Well, yeah. I got to play through this day one, so I already had these surprises.
Oh, okay.
Cutscene.
Okay. Cutscene.
With two new friends. In this time,
New
the
friends?
Drifter has shown up on Earth.
Oh, that's not good.
The Drifter's a human. We know who he is.
Oh,
But he's
oh,
kind
the
of
drifter.
he's a rogue element.
Oh, the guy in the tower.
Mhm.
I forgot who he was. Hello. Oh, hello, Hive.
Eris with her Fushigi.
Is that Eris? That looks like Eris.
That is. There's Drifter.
Okay. Oh, that's a drifter.
Okay.
Okay, drifter.
That's the
Who
Exo
is
Stranger.
The Exo Stranger. Oh, and their companion.
Guardian. Right on time.
She's from another timeline.
What?
A timeline where everything went poorly. Very, 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 very bad. And we ended up becoming evil.
Oh.
So she has been through
Okay, so instead of a golden age, there's a dark age.
she has been through countless ages to try and find a good universe. And I will point something out.
How does that work?
I will explain. One thing I would like to mention story-wise and also in terms of her model. Look at certain proportions on her model.
At certain proportions. What do you mean? I mean, what do you want me to look at?
Her grandfather is the one that crafted the Exos. He specifically made her body.
Oh. Oh, you know what? Now that I'm looking at it, damn, that is a snatched waist.
Yeah, so imagine your grandfather making you a new body and he presents you this.
I mean, I take it, but like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, that's you can see they're the start of the thing.
Hello, Drifter. Hello, Eris.
That's like one of the weird bits of lore where I feel now that I know it, I have to share it.
I mean,
I owe
thank
you
you,
an
Grandpa.
explanation for all this.
But
I once asked Guardians
Why?
to destroy the Blackheart to
Why?
prevent Darkness's arrival. Success may have been
what was
achieved,
going through Grandpa's
but
mind?
I now know that fate comes
You know what?
knocking
No,
sooner or
let's not
later.
think about this. Let's just
The
approach.
floodgates are open. The darkness is here. I wield it now with intent to stop our enemies where the light cannot. Your resilience within the pyramid proves you're capable.
I do
of
like her
doing it
arm.
too.
With the spike.
Before
The-
us lies
the-
what
the
we
arm is
call
cool.
a ziggurat. Its purpose is temptation. To begin your training, you must give in. Here, take this. Please understand. The line between light and dark is
Oh shit,
thin.
she knows we were in the pyramid.
Let's cross it together.
The line between light and dark is so very thin. I lied. I forgot they changed it. Unlocking the subclass is with Glimmer. It used to just be through quests. So that's my bad.
Huh?
To fully unlock Stasis, you used to just have... You would pick up a quest and get each piece through a quest. They changed it to Glimmer.
Oh.
So we gotta go there
Over here? Okay.
to the ziggurat.
To this darkness thing?
Yep.
Okay.
The ziggurat. We have ziggurats on Earth in real life.
We do have ziggurats on Earth.
Have you ever been to one?
I have never been to a ziggurat, but I would love to go to a ziggurat and climb up it. Hello.
So, ready to attune?
Sure. What does that do?
Well, you hold E.
Yes.
It goes away.
Oh, stasis seal unlocked. Oh, we get one of those. Okay.
You remember the chest?
So when do we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we have to do all of those to get. Wait, or. I'm a little confused still.
We are breaking our barrier with the darkness.
Oh.
The chests we find will have 4 different seals on them. One seal is the one we just broke. So now we can open any chest that has that seal.
Oh, okay.
And that's how you get some of the
I
armor.
did really like that cave. I'm liking the environment.
Yes.
It's not blind. It's a snow planet, but it's not blindingly like white like Hoth and Sator.
Yeah.
But where are you going?
To the waypoint. Over here. So the Vex
What?
are...
I have a waypoint in there. Is that just because he's a vendor?
Probably. What does your quest say? Or what happens if you, like, talk to him?
Oh, for bounties.
Ah.
You will know too.
All right.
So
So then we'll just ripped it off the edge.
Yeah, careful. The Vex.
The Vex.
We have not fought a combat unit of the Vex yet. Even though we've fought them, they are all worker units.
Oh.
We've never met a true soldier unit. They have entire planets that are like a planet-sized Vex as a Vex mind.
Oh. Isn't that just wonderful?
Mm-hmm. So they are time traveling to try and find the perfect system to be assimilated and in control of everything. And there are different divisions of Vex. So even though they are a collective hive mind, they still have disagreements and different sections of them that do different things.
Okay. Oh, I never looked at that weapon. Oh, there's a chest up there.
Mhm.
Is this one that we can get?
Yep.
Hey.
Good eye.
What do we get? Glimmer.
Yeah. If you want to take a look at that weapon, take a gander.
Okay. Hailing Confusion.
Yes.
Okay, that looks cool. Oh, that's neat. Okay. Neat weapon.
That will let you see through the storm. So by the way.
Okay.
with the scope. So you don't need your Sparrow for this, but
it's cool to oh, well.
yeah. Yeah. And as always, newbie first.
Okay. Okay. Hello, darkness thing.
It's a crux.
Darkness crux. Go up to you. Commune.
Like how Voldemort had a Horcrux because he was going around so much.
What the fuck? Oh.
We get to test out the new powers.
Oh!
So this is a tease of what the subclass will be when you get it. So your grenade, you get a wall, but hunters by default get a darkness field, so they slow down when they go through the
Nice.
field. Hunters get shurikens that I can throw out that bounce. Hit F for your super. So if you do your alt click, you spawn those crystals and you can dash through the crystals to break them.
Oh, that's cool.
So when you break through a crystal, it'll damage those around it. The hunter gets a ice tornado.
That's cool. Oh, I haven't even used my melee.
If you hold your melee, you kind of go forward.
Okay.
If you put an ice crystal down and then melee towards it, you'll charge towards it to break it.
Huh. So can I only use it on an ice crystal?
It's kind of what it's intended for. It's like throw your grenade at that, yeah, and then melee towards it.
Oh, but that's neat. Oh, and you get both of them back.
Yes. It also works if it's on a frozen enemy.
Nice.
And you can stand on the crystals too, by the way.
Uh-huh. Okay, lots of Vex.
I put a tornado down, so don't worry.
Alright. Oh, alright. Alright, that was easy.
And then I end the communion. And there we go. Back to your old self.
Hey, leveled up.
I don't understand. You're actually wielding darkness. It's that thing the stranger gave you, isn't it?
Ooh, I got an
The
entrance.
splinter.
Nice.
I can feel its energy. I don't know
And a
about
fusion
this,
rifle.
about where this takes us.
Monody
If we use it
44.
at all, it has to be for good. In that case, let's start by using it to open those stasis latches. There's one nearby. I can feel it. Let's see what we can do.
See,
So-
entrances.
You know how in some stories there's like a cleric or paladin or someone that's holy, and then they start wrestling
Yeah.
with their faith when it's like what they believe their whole life is called into question because of something?
Yeah.
For the ghost is created directly from the traveler. So its whole
what-
existence, darkness has been seen as absolute evil. And the person you're helping is now using darkness.
Huh.
Does
Hey,
that
what's over there?
don't worry about it.
Okay. Yeah, that would be weird.
So how would you feel if the person you were the closest to started using darkness, does that make them evil? Or does that mean the darkness isn't what you thought it was?
That would take a lot of deliberation.
That's kind of the story when Beyond Light came out and the year afterwards. That's the story that Ghost was going through of what does it mean?
Oh, Beyond Light.
Yes. The line between light and dark is so very thin, very gray.
I see.
So, at what point is darkness the person using it versus the power?
Then we unseal.
So, we can use stasis to unlock these latches after all. Let's look inside, see if we
And
can
we
find
unseal.
anything useful.
Wait, how many of these do we have?
Oh, it's permanent.
Oh, it's permanent. Okay.
Aged armor. Nice. Now we can go talk to Varix. See if you am.
Aged armor. What the fuck? What if I want to go up there?
You can. I'm just going to talk to Varix. Because I also want to grab a bounty. I'm almost out of wine.
A bounty, you say? Almost out of wine. What you drinking?
Blue raspberry wine.
Blue raspberry wine.
Mm-hmm. It's artificial, does not begin to describe the taste, but
Very chemically.
Almost medicine-y.
Oh.
Like, you know when you have grape medicine? But the grape isn't like candy or whatever, it's like the
Like
kind
actual grape.
it's more like just it's like what the memory of a grape is.
It be?
Mm-hmm.
I can smell that
Yeah, no,
power
yeah.
on you.
Yeah.
Does corruption spread so quickly?
Varix calls it poison power.
Do you hope to fight Aramis with her own weapons? You walk a very dangerous path.
You walk a very thin line.
Take this recklessness to Phylax then, but beware.
Twilight Gap.
She is Aramis's most
Mhm.
skilled warrior. She made her name at Twilight Gap. Prove yourself a worthy opponent.
New weapon.
Shotgun.
Bone Chiller.
One of my favorite shotguns.
Oh. Europa legs. You pick that up?
Yep. So the aged armor just is how you acquire the armor, the planet.
Okay. So what bounties are we picking up here today?
That was the bounty, was the legs.
Oh, I thought we were getting bounties
No.
for
So-
XP.
Our next actual quest is in a single life, defeat Fallen in the ruins. I think we can save the armor for later. We don't need it just yet. But I'm going to show you this room over here.
Well, hang on. Oh, this room. Oh, wasn't this closed before?
It was.
The fuck?
So, standing right here, do you see a penguin on this table?
Where? On this table? No.
Okay, look at my stream. Like the Jade Rabbits on the moon, Europa has a collectible thing.
As penguins.
These unlock a shader.
Ooh. Just
Uh,
like the ones on the Earth.
Yes.
Or the moon.
So you can find these in certain missions and across the world. And there's other little collectible things that we can find. That once we're done story stuff, if you're ever bored,
Okay.
I can help you
Now,
find
okay.
or send you a guide.
Oh, it. Okay. Are each of these log things, the pieces of paper? These are where a penguin would go
Yes.
once you acquire it.
Yep.
So like, there's one in Eternity, Kel's Rising, Nexus,
Yes. And they tell a story.
That's something. Oh, this one.
They,
Oh, they tell a story.
yes. I
That'd
think
be fun to do one day.
the story they tell, I think, is the first trans character you meet.
Oh, nice.
I think they're the first.
The first. That means there's more.
Yes. Oryx, the Taken King, is one.
Ah.
Because initially
Oh,
it was
Taken King. Oh.
it was 3 sisters, and then when they ascended, he became the king.
Okay.
So I guess technically he's the first, but the first character that we meet that's friendly.
Got it. Oh, I spy a chest. And Glimmer.
Nice.
And XP.
All right. See, are you able to make this jump?
Yeah.
Good. You will need it for later.
For later.
Yes. So there's a big thing with Aramis. They don't want it, but they don't hide it either. There's a lot of characters that are queer or part of like other, like Devrim, right?
Mm-hmm.
His husband got mentioned, I think, last year for the first time.
Oh, cool.
Aramis is upset because she held her wife in her arms as she died
Oh.
during the whirlwind, so she's a little upset, as one would be. So there's a lot of stories of, with perspectives that people were able to find themselves in, and it's never used as like marketing like some other games and companies do.
Okay. That. I like that it's like more, like
Genuine.
not like genuine. Yeah, that I was gonna say like not really like. Okay, the first thing I thought of was in your face, but that's not really right.
No, it's. There's a couple games where it's like, or you know the Disney thing of like, this is the first gay character, and it's like
Yeah.
the 7th gay character. It's not that. They actually have
That's
story
good.
relevance,
They
and
don't like advertise it. They just like throw it in.
they treat it like it's something that has always been around.
Okay, that's nice. That's how it should be done.
And that's
Like just treat it like it's a normal thing and like not. Oh, I spy a chest. Is that the chest I got earlier?
25
No,
out
it's
of
not.
35. Okay. I'm also going to show you the raid entrance while we're here.
Okay. I got more Glimmer.
Holy aim. You know what? I'm just going in. So when we eventually do this raid, we will,
Oh, this is cool. Whoa.
we will go through this door. Eventually.
Through. Oh, that door.
Yes. We're not in the raid at the
Is
moment.
the raid part of a story?
It comes after the story.
Oh, okay. Oh, treasure chest. I see chest,
Yes.
and I just ooh,
Swirled. The
yeah, squirrel.
dungeons and raids work
That's
in the
corner.
way of they come after the story usually, so that people are able to play the
Okay.
story and then do that. You're not
That's nice.
worried about.
Yeah, that's kind of that's how it is in like SWTOR.
Yeah.
With, like after like the main story, you have kind of like the like the Dread Fortress and the Dread Palace and the Machine Gods.
Well, it's because they don't want you like spending time grinding for the raid when you should be doing the story. They want you to focus on the story and then do the raid. Is your quest done? Did you kill 35?
Why is that not tracked? Quests. Let's see, Beyond Light. I need one more.
One more? Alright.
There we go.
Nice.
Ooh, I see this thing, and I see chest.
This chest?
This chest. Ooh, boots. Tangled Web Greaves. I
Nice.
think I already have those.
And we can go back.
I do want to check my bounty.
Bungie's been very good at making... I noticed this even in Halo. When we're Master Chief and we're in Earth, right?
Yeah.
And we're in that like little alleyway, or even in ODST, they
Oh,
They're-
yeah.
really good at making the world feel lived in, without telling you that people
Oh,
are living
they are
around.
really good at it.
I've never seen anything like it. If she succeeds,
Instead of other stories where it's like, this is a living, bustling city. It's so busy. They just show you, hey, there's a lot of people that live here. Or that
I appreciate
used to.
that. What is all this?
Where? Oh, we gotta kill these guys. Basically, when you see a waypoint on an enemy, just kill them. We gotta do that a couple times to get invited to kill the boss.
Okay. Ooh, hello, legendary. Volata F. I see more waypointed enemies.
So do I. I'm on my way.
Oh, in a chest.
Oh, hello, Moon.
Hello, Moon.
19 months. Have I been going that long?
Damn.
Oh. How you doing, Moon? How's work treating you?
Oh, that was... wow. That was a nice super.
Thank you. Work existed. Are you working tomorrow? Like, are we playing tomorrow? Just join to resubscribe, then take a shower. We're playing tomorrow. Well, I hope you have a good day at work tomorrow. Get some good rest. Thank you for the resubscription.
W Moon.
It's an away game, but there's a watch party. Yeah, we're probably gonna be watching it at church after youth. Alright.
Ooh, what is this? Download data key fragment.
That is a timed thing for a chest.
Oh.
Let's go, Oilers. Hopefully we do better than yesterday. We lost 4-6 yesterday.
Ooh.
Not ideal. Here we go. We're a better team than the Ducks. I think we will win. I'm assuming so. Oh, I'm frozen. Nice.
I ranked up.
I admire
Okay, so what is this?
fight. Come and find me.
Donda, what is this time thing?
Transmitting her location to us.
That's, you gotta go
Looks
find a
like we won
chest.
ourselves an invitation.
I don't know specifically where. But it's just a world chest, like
Oh.
it doesn't give you anything special.
Is that it?
Yeah. Would be a boring series if we
that's
only won.
Kind of disappointing.
Yeah, but I would like to have the cup. If we lose to a duck as the oil spill team, I think I'd be upset. You know?
Guardian, I'm seeing a big spike in Vex activity. We should go shut that down.
I just
Oh, something going on over there.
yes.
Road thing.
Oh yeah, that's a public event. Let's not go into my opinion on the ducks. Okay, fair. I go shower now. I hope you have a wonderful night, Moon. Thank you for stopping by.
Have a good night, Moon.
So for this one, make it heroic, we just gotta stand on the plates. So if you want to stand here, kill everything. He'll stand
Okay.
there, I'll stand on the third one. Make sure nothing gets to the center.
Easier said than done.
Yes.
Okay, this one's captured.
Okay. So just stand at the center and make sure nothing touches the podium.
Okay. Oh shit! Oh, I got flung off.
No one got through. Okay, there's one plate left.
Yep. Me and this guy are capturing it.
Yep.
Or I'm capturing it.
Yep. We'll keep it secure. Nice. Okay,
Heroic
now
event.
made heroic. Alright, boss is dead. Now we just have to wait out the timer.
There are 2 more integration.
No, that means we have 8 out of 10 left. So
Oh!
if 8 enemies integrate at this, like, ball thing, we lose.
Alright, I see.
Yeah. So we're actually doing pretty good.
Another goblin.
I like my throwing knife build.
That is really cool. Alright, super time. Never mind.
Alright, and we go. Chest available.
Awesome.
13k glimmer. Nice.
Alright, 12k glimmer.
Okay. So now we do
And
the mission.
No items.
Yeah.
Any engrams on the floor? No.
You ready?
I'm coming. But yes, I am ready.
Yeah, I'm hoping the Oilers win.
You know, okay, I'm thinking about that blue raspberry wine.
Yep.
I like blue raspberry on, but for like, you know, like slushy flavors or like icy flavors.
Mm-hmm. It's better for sweet stuff.
It's better for sweet stuff.
I don't think it's good for wine.
Not really for drinks. Like actual drinks.
Yeah, we can skip all these guys. So
Actually, some of it can be good.
I think if it's like
I
carbonated,
have had good alcohol with some like good cocktails that have like a bit of blue raspberry. But if it's like the main thing in a drink, no.
yeah.
Hey, we're back here.
Yep.
You flee from battles you think you will lose. Prove you are worth my time.
What did Phylax mean by god dependence? The Traveler?
And I need to.
I don't feel dependent on or limited by the Traveler. I feel close to the Traveler. Protected. Or
Oh, we're on step 11 of 34.
since you
Yep.
got that splinter.
So I'm thinking
Wow,
in,
that was pretty quick.
I'm thinking in a few steps we can probably end for today. And we'll be half done. That way we're keeping kind of like same pace as Shadowkeep.
Okay. Oh, that was cool.
Right? How do we get through? There you go.
Shoot the thing.
He's loading.
I'm learning.
Machine spawn. Do you fight for glory? For power?
For fashion.
My elixir fight for the fight.
For fashion.
There is nothing beyond it. Let me teach you this lesson.
I'm excited to get to the next subclass with you after this one.
Oh, there's another subclass.
There's technically 3 darkness,
Oh,
even though the 3rd darkness one is like an amalgam of everything.
uh-huh.
Thank you, Maple. I agree. So now we gotta go through.
All right. Oh. Oh, that was close. Oh, we're both dead.
That might have been my bad.
Well.
I have a healing grenade in the same spot as my explosive grenade.
Oh.
That may have been my bad.
So we just need to run through this.
Yeah. You don't gotta use your super on this guy either. He's pretty...
Oh, he's easy.
Yeah.
Damn.
And right here, I believe, is a penguin? No. Maybe it's on a certain difficulty.
I've never seen the Fallen's military forces so organized.
For many years, Elixni lived scattered, yes.
I thought it was there.
Aramis took our broken houses and forged an army.
And she wants to give that army stasis if they ever came for the last city.
There you go, healing grenade.
Oh.
I see now you are a worthy challenge. A chance to hold my blade. Come find me, machine spawn. I am waiting.
Okay.
Hang on.
Another one of those giant mechs.
Oh.
Oh, never mind.
From the Kells
Right, I'm coming.
storage. Another splintered house, united under Aramis.
Oh, another brig. Here we go. Didn't do as much as I thought. Oh, don't say into that.
No, that's radial area. All the white stuff is the Vex. That's what the race actually is.
Oh!
The Vex are kind of like the Hunters. You know how the Hunters are a collection of things? If you stay
Yeah.
in the Vex long enough, in the radial area, you will slowly turn into a Vex. They will recompile your molecules to be their body.
Uh-huh.
So don't drink it. Even though it's called Vex milk, don't drink it.
Oh, don't. But if milk. If not milk, why milk?
There's no tit.
Oh. What?
I will bring your corpse to Aramis-Kell. I will forge myself a ring.
Hey-oh.
I think Drifter had an old voice line of like, he was wondering where Vex milk came from, but he didn't see any source. He checked. He's like,
I wonder.
I didn't see any source. I checked thoroughly.
Oh.
I think he's also eaten Elixni. Or Hive or something.
Who is that?
Drifter. I think it might have been Hive he
Drifter.
ate.
Oh, legendary item.
Might have eaten a Thrall.
Prodigal Mark.
It's a good mark. Alright.
Skill will earn you a quick death.
I hope you have your super saved.
Oh. I do.
Okay.
Dondo.
I'm here. I'm good.
Okay.
My hunter refused to grapple
So
for
what
some
do I
reason.
want my super for?
Once the boss spawns, we can just blitz.
Okay.
which should be now.
Right about no.
Oh no, this is the stasis one. Okay,
Oh,
I forgot about this part. There you go. Now you can.
oh,
If you build up your super, you got it. I'm doing ones as my damage, so nice.
ooh, Splinter of Darkness.
Phylax is down.
And as you should notice, our mission end timer is a lot shorter.
Oh, that's good.
That was a very quick complaint of like, why am I sitting here for 30 seconds? So now it's like 10 to 15.
And why are we still sitting there for 30 seconds?
That's server load time. That's different. Okay.
Okay.
So now we gotta go back down south to the Crux.
Oh. The Crux. Oh, all the way down here. Oh wait, no, that's beyond.
Yes. That's where the Crux is.
Oh! The Crux.
Aramis's presence on Europa is not happenstance. Temptation set the wheels in motion, but obsession propelled her here. To destroy the light with an army of darkness.
I do like how they
She
also
and her
put in
followers make
text.
those selfish choices moment to moment.
The story stuff, it's not just verbal.
Darkness places a spotlight on our desires, as it once did me and those I cared about. For a time, I had forgotten. Humanity relies on our selfless acts to bring about a better world. Darkness is no more than a tool with which we do so. With splinters of darkness still in hand, Aramis remains an immediate danger to humanity. Look within. Focus your power. Let it grow. The ziggurat awaits.
Alright. And I think that puts us at 14 or 15 out of 34. So I think once we unlock this, it'll be a good place to stop. Also because it's 11:30 my time. And I would like to sleep before
Really?
2.
Oh, yeah, you got stuff tomorrow.
Well, just I need a better sleep schedule. We're ditching daylight savings time for the time change.
Oh.
So my body's gonna be fucked up.
Okay, what did I get, if any? Oh, the sniper. Oh, that's a neat sniper.
Which one?
Veleta F. It's got like this, like brown, like, I don't know, leopard camo on it. Not leopard, like zebra camo.
Okay. Lead to F.
F.
Is there an element attached to it?
Uh-huh.
Oh, no, I see it.
Void.
Oh, Hawkeye, yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. It's got
Alright,
Hawkeye is the thing, so.
Looking at her Vanguard report, I can see how Aramis would be a fierce opponent. But from what we've seen, even her own lieutenants
Alright,
fear
second
her.
one.
It's hard to square that with what Varrix told us, that she had good intentions once. That scares me. That the darkness could change a person that much without them noticing.
There you see him, and we can commune with the one next time.
Oh, I've gotten to level 22.
Nice. I'm at
With the way things have been going, I mean, I should be able to finish the pass.
yeah. I'm
I
at
mean, maybe not
110.
get like 110.
You okay?
Since I mean that'll take like 50 levels.
When you get to, I think the last 2 weeks, you're able to buy ranks.
Oh,
It's like a
with silver.
yeah, it's like $1 a rank.
Oh,
So if you wanted,
that's nice.
you could just pay $100 once you get to 50 and just
Nope.
I can show you what the shape, what the stuff in rank 100 to 110 is if you want. I mean, you can also right click it to see it, but
Yeah, I've looked through the stuff.
So the helmet at the very end at 110, it is able to be equipped on all 3 classes.
Oh, it's a universal ornament.
Yes, and you said you're at 22?
22.
Okay. So the arms that you've gotten at like rank 14 and 16, on your warlock, you can claim those rewards again.
Oh.
And if you made a hunter, you could claim them as well.
Okay, I assume they're gonna look different.
Yeah, they'll look different, but it's the exact same armor set. But, so you are wearing the Ferropotent head. So the Ferropotent head for you looks different than the Ferropotent on Warlock and Hunter.
Yeah, well, minus the fact it does. Yeah.
Because this is the helmet for Hunter, if you look at my stream.
Oh, that's cool.
And then on Warlock, it looks like this. You get like a little hard hat cap with the walkie-talkie. And the headset.
Neat.
So you can grab it, and it'll be... It's just to, like, so your other characters don't lag behind. So.
Okay.
But I think that's a good place to stop, because now we are at step 14 to 34. So we have 20 more.
Woo.
So, any questions, thoughts on what you've done so far?
Give me a little bit to process,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll probably come back with some questions.
Okay, that's fair.
Dude, I've not gotten any chest armor in a while.
What's Xena doing? Ba-ba-ba. Okay, chat, I think I'm gonna raid us over to a friend. She's doing Overwatch right now.
Oh, I have a better thing.
So chat, we will be back next week. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Go eat, go drink, do what you gotta do. Have a wonderful weekend. Discord and YouTube are down below if you're on the YouTube VOD side. Twitch is below. Thank you for watching these. I appreciate you. And again, because I only say it at the end, TTS and merch are linked. Merch is linked on both, TTS on Twitch side. I hope you have a wonderful night, and I'll see you tomorrow, chat. Thank you again, Devoid, for the raid.
Good night.
Appreciate you. Bye-bye.